So now I would like to call upon Mr. Hemant Tathod. Yeah, so Mr. Hemant is the Chief Operating Officer at Bimaplan, and he's going to basically interview Mr. Kumar Shailabh, who's the founder of Uplift Mutual. Can we have Mr. Kumar Shailabh? Yes, hi. Okay. So very quick introductions to Mr. Hemant. So he's the CEO at Bimaplan and leads the overall P&L of the company. Prior to joining Bimaplan, he's led business growth and revenue generation for 5+ years at Neo Bharat. He also has extensive experience in sales and product strategy and was associated with global banks such as Standard Chartered and Barclays. So Mr. Hemant, you have Mr. Shailabh to introduce and probably, conduct this fireside chat. Thank you. You have.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you once again, the InsurTech Association, for giving us an opportunity. And time is short, so I'll just quickly introduce Kumar Shailabh. He is the founder of in Uplift Mutual. This is very, I find this story in making a very unique and different in terms of the way the insurance industry operates. So the model is very interesting. And Uplift Mutual, which is headquartered at Pune, has been into operations for last 19 years now. And during this conversation of 15 minutes, so one thing you will have to agree, Shailabh, is there are two things. One, we are running short by 1 hour, and khana sach chuka hai. So I think we'll have to, we'll try to manage it within the stipulated timeline of 15 minutes. So without further ado, first of all, this concept of mutual, as I was saying and I was reading about, is very unique. So ye mutual kya hai actually? So if you can just help us understand the concept to the audience.
So mutual insurance is basically primary insurance. Insurance mutual तरीके से ही किया जाता है. You pool risks together and somebody needs it. That is basically mutual. So all insurance by design is mutual. Mutual insurance per se is a line of business outside India. 30% of the world insurance market belongs to mutual and cooperatives. Unfortunately, in India, while we have cooperatives in everything, apart from National Vimo Seva Cooperative, or IFCO Tokyo for that matter, we don't have cooperative insurance or mutual insurance in India. So the difference between a mutual insurance, a commercial insurance that we understand in India is threefold. One, insurance companies don't share profit with you. Mutual insurance companies do. That's one. Second is, mutual insurance companies are more bothered about their members rather than profit. So people come before profit. It's not that they are not profitable, they're extremely profitable. But member focus is priority. Third is, a mutual is more bothered about reducing the risk rather than covering it after it happens. So if you see mutual insurance companies, cooperative insurance, they invest in risk reduction a lot. So these, I would say, are more or less the distinguishing features of mutual insurance.
Interesting. So, if you can just help us understand the story behind how did you start at Uplift Mutual? What was your motivation and inspiration behind starting it?
So yeah, Uplift Mutual was born out of a very powerful incident that happened in the slums of Pune. We were working in the slums of Pune with women groups, and one of our women representatives, she had to go through a bypass surgery. We took her to a hospital, we gathered money for her treatment, but after a month she died. And the doctor said we had come late. And that kind of put the entire community into shock because kisi ke saath bhi ho sakta hai na? So we went to an insurance company and said, please, do something about it. And there was this standard Mediclaim product. This is 2004. So this gentleman opens his laptop, does a nice presentation on Mediclaim. And then he asks the women sitting in front of them, do you have any questions in Marathi? So one of our elderly ladies, she gets up and she says, I understand all this, that I fall ill and you will do this. What happens to my money if I don't fall ill? This guy was pretty straight, upfront and straight. He said, look, when you fall ill, you're getting 10 times of what you have paid. Have you seen a product like that? Because these women are mostly accustomed to loans. So when you fall ill, that's your profit. Similarly, when you don't fall ill, your money becomes my profit. And he explained it like really well.
Very straightforward, right?
Very straightforward. Now, but you know, women are much more interesting than men here. This woman then thinks she's only number literate. She thinks for a while and then she says, which means I have no interest in being healthy because when I am healthy, you are making money. And that was like, we were taken aback. We were sitting over there. We did not think like that. And after that, we did a survey of about 900 families in the slums of Pune. Very interestingly, out of 900 families, 800 of them did not ask or did not prioritize money as the problem. They said, tell us the right doctor, the right treatment, the right cost, we are ready to pay for that. That's how Uplift was born. So we have looked at the entire health insurance from a very different perspective. We say health insurance should make sense for value for money. Paisa ka wapas milna chahiye. People are very clear about it. So we started building an entire process of healthcare access, today we have, 2004 se humne shuru kiya tha. Today we have our own doctors in the slums and villages. We have a 24/7 teleconsultation run by doctors. We have a helpline 24/7. We organize health screening based on the claims data coming to us. So there is a lot of tangibilization that we have created. And that was one part. The second part was the governance, क्योंकि health insurance में fraud बहुत होते हैं. सबसे ज़्यादा आपका AIML जहाँ जा रहा है, वहाँ पे community का AIML बहुत तेज़ पहले से चलता है. तो हमारे यहाँ fraud का ratio 1% से कम होगा, because claim decisions होते community लेती है. Now this has been all digitized. We settle claims in half an hour. That is another thing, but that's a 14-year process that we have built. So product design, claims design, कौन से services करना है, we sit with the community, design it, and they are the representatives who actually run the show. Just few days back, we had an AGM where the new claims committee came in. So that is the third part is the tech part, because we realized that community is a very romantic idea, but insurance business is not. It's a very boring business. So you have to make sure that the element of community and the element of tech is married. And that's what we have done. We have one of the most sophisticated systems when it comes to mutual microinsurance. And right from onboarding to claim settlement, all can happen within half an hour.
Fantastic, fantastic. So if you are comfortable, you may want to share some numbers. Where are you in last 19 years in terms of number of customers you have?
Yeah, see, we are the ones who actually have made the maximum number of mistakes. Okay, one of the mistakes which we have done knowingly is do not scale. First test the product. And insurance for us is not a 1, 2 year, 3, 5 year or horizon product. It's a 50, 100 year horizon product. So we are very new. We are almost like a new startup kind of thing while we have been there for 19 years. What we have done, we have tested this product across urban, rural, tribal communities. We have roughly built today 500,000 members are there, covered under this. This is under 7 communities, right from urban, and they're all self-sustainable now. They run on their own.
Great.
So that was Uplift 1.0. In the second part, which is post-COVID, we are building a retail model.
Got it, got it. So ये मेरा सवाल नहीं है. I mean, when I was discussing half day, I mean, a lot of people, our friends from InsurTech or insurance industry were asking me this to ask you, from regulator and compliance perspective, say, how do you manage this?
Well,
because this does not comes under the purview
yes,
of
the regulator themselves, when they launched this standalone health insurance paper 2 years back, they have accepted the fact that cooperative and mutual insurance need to be given space. Because if you really want to penetrate India, or Bharat as they say it, you really need 100,000 flowers to bloom. One model, one way of doing it, one tech cannot solve it. It's only Ayushman Bharat that has achieved scale in this country, and it's a subsidy-driven model, let's be very honest. So subsidy से आप कर सकते हो scale, लेकिन if you want people to have, and for example, India has 3 lakh cooperatives. They can all do their insurance. Nothing is stopping them. Actually, nothing is stopping them from doing it. You have FPOs, you have SHG federations. We have very large communities already in place. So it's a matter of political choice, which I think this government, has set up a ministry of cooperatives. Hopefully, something will move on from there. But regulatory-wise, because we are not regulated, we cannot raise capital. That's our biggest problem. We cannot, as in, आप लोगों को reinsurance easily मिल सकता है, हमको कोई नहीं पूछता. So that's the challenge.
So quickly, I have a signal for 2 minutes left now. I want to take this opportunity to check in the audience if you have any questions and if you have understood already what is Shailabh doing. So any questions from the audience? Yeah.
By IRDA, when you set up the mutual structure, you followed there are mutual structures world over right now that are providing
Yes.
these guidelines,
Yes.
that have a framework.
Yes.
India doesn't have a framework for a mutual structure. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. And which structures did you adapt when you kind of created this? And what were you looking at? What were the benchmarks that you had in mind when you created a structure like this?
Thank you for that. That's a very good question. Nobody asks that. Everybody is looking at sales numbers. Governance is critical to mutuals. Where we have failed, we have not failed in the product side, we have failed in the governance side. So thrice we have failed in where communities have just disappeared. The governance disappeared. So what we have done is we are part of the International Cooperative and Mutual Insurance Federation, the ICMIF, which is the largest, like IIA, it's the largest congregation of mutual and cooperative insurance companies worldwide. And they have certain parameters. So what we have done is, because we were working with women in slums, we said, how do we form this? So what we have done is we have created a 2-level structure where the product design, the premium features, the claims underwriting, the exclusions, they all have to be validated by community representatives. Only when they say yes, it becomes a product and gets launched. So we have actuaries like Sumit Ramani, who is here. He underwrote the product for truck drivers for us. So, so the product is designed the way you will design it through an actuary, but it has to be validated by the community and then rolled out. So there is a tech team, not the tech team, the technical team that looks into underwriting, processes, claims management, building of healthcare network, the TPA job kind of thing. And then there is the people's governance. So there's a 2-level governance model that we have built. And we have learned heavily from Japan, USA, UK, where mutual models exist. So our only difference is that we, in Uplift, our governance is 99% women-led. So I'm the wrong guy sitting here. If you would have allowed talking in Marathi, I would have brought my CEO to come and speak. She's a slum dweller from Santa Cruz.
Thank you so much. Any other questions? If I may take one more, maybe. No, I think, yeah, that's it. Thank you so much, Shailabh, for sharing this. It's very, very unusual, very, very different and interesting topic. And I think there is a large gap which is there from the social security perspective, which you're trying to cover here in India. Great job. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Once again.
Thanks, Hemant.